So it might be nice to create a screencast or a video for presentations, but uh, if you're trying to create another option that could be less bandwidth intensive, perhaps what you might do is take a set of slides that you have and create an accompanying audio file. So to do this, I'm going to use a piece of software called Audacity. I'm using Audacity because it's relatively simple looking and it's free, and it's available on Windows and Mac, I believe just about any platform. So this will be, I think, very useful to do. So I've already got this set of slides that, in my case, I created using PowerPoint. And what I'll do is open up Audacity. I've already downloaded and installed it. You're going to have to do that step. And when you start it up, you get a screen that looks basically like this. A couple details might look a little different. But one of the things I need to do first is select which device I'd like to use as the microphone. Now, on my own computer in this drop-down box, I got several different options. So you're going to have to kind of play around here and just see which device you need to use. I happen to know that I want to use my Logitech USB microphone. So I'm going to just select that device. Again, you're going to have to choose. You just have to pick from that list. And then what to do is to come up here where it says click to start monitoring. I'm going to click that button. And you'll see that as I'm talking, this is giving you a visual representation of how much of that audio, in terms of volume, is going to be part of the eventual audio file. And right now you'll see that that audio level right here using this thing isn't all that much. And if I made this too much, like over here, then, oh, see, this is not good. Like when I'm at sort of the loudest of my talking, you see quite a lot of red. And that red is not good. That in an eventual audio, if I started an audio file with that setting, and I'm not even talking all that loud right now, every time you hear that, see that red right now, that would correspond to in the audio file having a bit of static. And we don't want that. That will be really distracting. So I'm going to lower this a bit. Basically, if you see a little bit of red every once in a while, no big deal. You want to see green. A lot of the time, if at all possible, the sweet spot is to see a lot of yellow. And if you don't, again, see that, that's fine. You just want to see, mostly in the upper greens, a bit of yellow. This looks good. If there's an eventual red, because I'm just excited for just a moment, that's probably fine, right? So I think right now, I've got all the settings the way I need to in Audacity. So what I'd like to do at this point in the video is simulate what you would do now that this is all set up. I would click this record button, which I have not done yet, and then I would go to the PowerPoint presentation. So click this button and then start the PowerPoint presentation. So click here and then minimize. There we go. Welcome to this sample slideshow. What you're listening to currently is the accompanying audio file to a presentation you should already have the file access to. That file is called sample slideshow. So if I go to slide 1, I will just mention that you are awesome and I am awesome and therefore we are awesome. And on slide 2, I'll mention that each technology video that you might watch as part of this channel will increase your technological skill set, and I hope will be immediately applicable in one way or another. A lot of the concepts you're going to see in terms of audio and video can be combined in creative ways, so just see what you can do. Next slide, the slide that says slide 3, I'll say that with a little practice, I think you can feel like a pro through this process. And even if you've never done anything like this before, you might not be expecting to make anything that's professional level, and that's fine. Like 2 months ago, I didn't know what I was doing with any of this stuff, but just a little bit of work, and you can enhance the quality of your presentations. Looks like I'm at the end of my presentation. I'll hit escape here. And I just hit the stop button in the audio recording in Audacity. I probably should not have even said, I'll hit escape here. That's not a thing that you'd normally say at the end of an audio recording that you'd want your audience members to have. But I did stop the audio recording in Audacity. And so here now I could, rewind this all the way back, hit the play button. If I like it, great. Let's say I didn't like it, I could click this X and just start over. You could start recording again. You might, just as a friendly reminder at this point, if you're going to record again, you might want to go back to your other place, your PowerPoint presentation, and queue up the original first slide. I've made that mistake a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I started a new audio recording, but I just had to stop the recording right away because my slides weren't in the place I wanted to be. But if you're happy with your recording, you might save the project file. That's just if you plan to do anything else with this audio again. The main thing you're going to need to do, so saving a project is just going to create something in an Audacity special format. And I mean, Audacity is free, but this is just it's going to allow you to do things like layer different audio clips. But the key thing you're going to need to do, perhaps after saving the project, is you're going to need export audio. And I won't talk through here the different audio formats you have available to you, but you've probably got WAV and MP3 are perhaps the most common. MP3 or OGG tend to be smaller file formats, but whatever audio format that your audience members will be able to access, you export audio here. It's going to take a little minute for the export audio process to work because it's crunching all of this audio and trying to figure out what to do. But once you have that audio file, you can do all kinds of things with it. Maybe you upload this into a place where your students have access to it in some online site. And if you don't have a place where you can store all of these things, you might actually create a podcast using anchor.fm, for instance. That's a place where you can create a free podcast.